Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and it is time to talk about art journals and planners for 2016. Now, I realize I haven't really done a whole lot of talking about the art journaling or the planning very much at the end of this year. The last, I guess, semester of this year, I was busy with planning for NaNoWriMo, and then December's just been writing and holidays and the Vlogmas, and really didn't do a whole lot of Vlogmas either. But I wanted to talk about journals and planners. You're going to see a video in just a few minutes about what I'm going to be doing for 2016. I have my Filofax, I have my Hobonichi, I have my Smash book, I have my traveler's notebooks, my writer's Bible. I tell you, it's not going to change. It hasn't changed. When those inserts get filled up, I will get more of the same exact inserts and they will go in there. That hasn't changed. I did get new sketchbooks from my parents for Christmas. I got 2 of them. They're multimedia paper. They look like they're about 5 by 7 in size, and I love them. That was so sweet of my parents to do that. They gave us some money, and then they gave us a personal gift. My personal gift was the journals, and I got a stocking full of all kinds of little goodies, like candy and different little things. I took part of the money that I got from my parents and bought a book of poetry by Sylvia Plath, and from one of the thrift stores. It looked brand new, and all it has is like somebody's name in the front where they gave it to somebody as a gift, and it looked like maybe the person that got it as a gift didn't really like it. This was one of the things that I got. This is the little black book, only this is the bigger black book. This is the A5 size of the Believe journal, and I will be using this as my personal journal for the year. Pretty sure this should cover the whole year. It's pretty thick, has a lot of paper. I'm really excited. This is where I will be doing my personal journal writing. This is not going to be for anybody else's view. That's the only thing I really don't mention in the video that you're going to see. I talk about what supplies I use. I talk about the journals and the planners that I'm using. I'm going to be using my Hobonichi as a personal art journal and as a planner. I'm going to use the front section of it as a planner, as a to-go planner. It's going to go in my purse with me. Even though it's the A5 size, it's going to go with me because I can keep up with it. And the red desk planner that you're going to see, the desk diary, it's going to stay on my desk because that's my planner for writing. And my Filofax is going to actually stay here at home. It's my home, house, car, doctor appointment planner. And I will be having the same information that is in it in my Hobonichi in the front. And I know it may seem, and I talk about this, it may seem a little bit redundant to write it in more than one place, but I have ADHD and I forget things. If I get distracted, I will forget. So if I write it down in multiple places, I am much more likely to remember. I know I need to get a new wall calendar. I'm thinking seriously about getting the Leonie Dawson wall calendar. And other than that, I'm pretty much set for 2016. I wouldn't mind getting an A5 insert diary planner for my traveler's notebook for no, not an A5, the passport because the one I have in my wallet now is for 2015, and so I think I'm going to need one for 2016. I haven't quite decided. I do write down stuff in my wallet, in that little notebook for doctor's appointments or whatever, like if I'm at the doctor's office, but I have a mini writer's Bible and that passport with the little notebooks in it, so I can just write it down in the notebook, and then when I get home, put it in something. But now I'm thinking I'm going to have the Hobonichi with me. But the household Filofax is going to be for my husband's use and my use. That way, if he has something going on, he can write it down in the Filofax and I know what's going on. And like I said, the Hobonichi is for me personally. But other than that, I know I could put my Janelli fish to more use, to better use. I just haven't really figured out what exactly I want to do because I like them and I don't, my writer's Bible I do use on a daily basis, but the trifold, the art journal one, the one that I got for art journaling, I don't really use on a regular basis. Probably because my writer's Bible has gotten some scratches and some nicks and stuff, and I don't want to mess up the trifold. It's too pretty, I think, right now. I'm still in that, it still feels new, still smells new, still don't want to mess it up. But I know that I need to start using it and put it to better use. I'm going to show you that. I'm not quite sure. I may end up putting my Hobonichi in it. So I'm going to show you the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. But before I go away with the video, I'm going to say this. If I had to start all over again with the art journaling, with the Hobonichi and the Hobonichi, the file of facts and all of that, I would seriously choose a traveler's notebook, get diary inserts, start with the standard size, go from there and figure out if that would work, because you can use different inserts for different things. You can find all kinds of inserts now. You can print them yourself. And I like leather. I love the leather of the traveler's notebooks, but you can also get them in cloth. And if I had to do the art supplies all over again, like I said, I would go to Walmart or to Hobby Lobby or to Michael's or somewhere, and I would get watercolor ones, the inexpensive ones, Crayola or whatever, and I would start and figure out what I liked best before you go on to buy the more expensive things. I would say the ink tints, the Derwent ink tints, the Prismacolor pencils, watercolor pencils by Prisma or by Derwent, but the ink tints are different. They're bolder. And they're not watercolor. Once you wet them, it dries. It's permanent. It's not going to wash away like the watercolor pencils do. And other things, I started out with an inexpensive little watercolor palette from, I don't know, Dollar General or Walmart or somewhere. And then I got this. And as you can see, when I open this, you can tell that I used the hell out of this. I do have the new one that you'll see in the video. It's the big box. I love it, but I haven't really used it. I'm saving it for 2016. And this is the most wonderful little compact thing you could get. If you really want to do watercolor and I love this. I love this. It's amazing. I would say get you some decent watercolor brushes and a decent watercolor water brush. And figure out what you like, because some people don't like the water brushes and some people don't like the regular brushes. Just figure out what works for you. Start with a little bit of washi tape. You can get it on clearance. You can get it at Dollar Tree. Some people can find it at their Dollar Trees. I have only found it at my Dollar Tree once. Get some basic stickers from somewhere like Dollar Tree or Dollar General or Walmart or wherever. TJ Maxx often has a lot of journal stuff in their you can find it sometimes on their clearance racks as well. Other places you can find that stuff too. Tuesday morning's a good place to get it. We don't have one here anymore. But I would start small and I would start simple and I would go from there and figure out what I like best. But most definitely figure out what will work for you. That's what I've been doing. And so far, so good, I guess. There have only been a few things that I purchased that I really wish I hadn't purchased. And not very many. I mean, I'm not really a big stamp person. I like them okay. Mostly, I think they're pretty and I use them to draw from. I look at it and I draw what the stamp is. I have a few stamps that I actually use. Not very many. And I don't really have much ink for the stamps. I do like stickers, but I'm not a big sticker person. Like, I can get my stickers from Dollar General or from Dollar Tree or from Walmart and be happy. Mostly I draw. A while back, someone asked me to go over what journals and things like that I'm going to be using. And since we just had Christmas and I got some stuff for Christmas, I thought I'd go ahead and share that. So I'm going to start with what I got for Christmas. I got the Wreck This journal from my daughter. I'm really excited about it. This will be my first time going through one of these, so I'm super excited about that. I also got two of these. They are sketchbooks. They're just regular sketch book. I went ahead, I'm going to take some wrapping paper and finish the Christmas stuff up. And then I'm going to put something on the front of this page. And this will be what I'll be using for my Fobonichi. I'm not so sure about the perforated pages, but what I've noticed is that this lies flat. It actually does lie flat, so that's a good thing. I have two of these. I'm probably hoping that this will last for at least half of the year, so I'll have 2 for the year total. And then I have this journal. And if this is my Hobonichi, I will be using this all throughout the year. It will be for my personal journaling and maybe a little bit of some planning in the fronts for this kind of stuff. I tend to make to-do lists and I tend to plan in multiple places so that I don't forget things. And I get distracted easily and I lose focus. So, and I'm not always the most organized person, so the more organized I can be with things, and even if that means duplicating, and for some people it might be a bit redundant, but it tends to work for me. The more I write it down, the more likely I am to remember it. And my daughter and I got these probably the end of October, the beginning of November. I think it was the beginning of November. So I'm going to be starting this. I didn't want to start it I wanted to start it at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to be using this year. That's going to be for my personal stuff, like when my husband and I go out on dates, or when I do family things with my kids or my grandson, my parents. I'm going to put the more personal stuff that I really don't want to put in my Fobonichi. And the Hobonichi is more for drawing. Now my Writer's Bible hasn't changed any at all. I still have my outline in here. I still have my research stuff in here. I still have my writer journal in here and more research outlining stuff at the back. I have my file of facts I ordered. It starts the Inkwell Press inserts. I will be going through and doing things for this. I don't think I'm going to buy specific stickers or cut. I'm just going to use these and put things in there. So I have the Inkwell Press, and this is for home stuff. For bills, car maintenance, house maintenance, grocery list, doctor's appointments. This is all for, that's what this is for. And I may do some YouTube stuff in there. I haven't quite decided. And I got this, and see here my NaNoWriMo stickers. I will be using this for my writing. It will be like, it will stay on my desk, so it's kind of like a work planner, because to me the writing is work. And if there's something important going on that takes me away from the writing, like a doctor's appointment or something like that, it will be chronicled in here so that when I'm scheduling my writing, I know ahead of time I might not be able to write as much on that day, at least not during the day. And since my husband is now going to be on a day shift and he's not going to be over the road anymore, I'm going to try to have the same schedule he does, where I get up in the same time in the morning and we have coffee together. He leaves to go to work and then I leave to go walking, and then I come back and take my shower and I start writing. I'm going to try to maintain the same schedule that he does so that it will make things easier, and hopefully I'll get more writing done. And that's what that is. Now the last thing that I have, as far as like what I'm using, this is this is my Janelli Fish, my Writer's Bible with the typewriter on it. And this is the trifold that I got to house my art journal stuff in, or regular stuff that doesn't have to do with writing. This is an affirmation. I try to write things down that I'm grateful for, or when I read my tarot cards and what I think about it. This is the new book that I put in there, and I ran ahead and started for ideas for the new year for just stuff that I'm working on personally. my goals and stuff for this year, even my writing goals, my goals in general. This is what I think about different things. And then this is some personal spirituality stuff I've been doing. And then I had the Halloween stickers on here. Didn't end up using these two books really. So I'm going to see if I can get the stickers off without ruining them. And then put different covers on these. So I will be using these maybe for something. I'm not quite sure what yet, but I will be using them. That's it as far as the journals go and as far as what I'm doing with the journals. Now, for my favorite items that I use, I have a couple of, like, I have a pencil. I have the Micron. This is an 05, and this is an 05. This is for photos and slick surfaces. These are the Derwent Inktense pencils. I have the Prismacolored pencils. These are not watercolor. Those are not watercolor. I have this, and I also have the Zig markers and fountain pens. I have the Preppy, which I use these carbon ink cartridges in because they're waterproof. And I also have a Jinhao. I have a bag full of washi tape, a few little stickers, a pencil sharpener, a few pens, a couple of highlighters, some water brushes, my pen that came with, I have two of these that came with the Hobonichi, and like I said, I have some water brushes. I also use these. Now this stuff is better if you put it like on a piece of plastic or a tray and you do the color and then you pick the color up from it, because if you put this down it's gonna bleed through and you have too much color. And this is my favorite glue stick. Like I have these, and these and a water brush. These kind of work the same way that these do. These are pretty much the marker version of this. And then I have one last thing. I have this. Now I also use regular paint brushes for watercolor and stuff. I have this, and I love this. I haven't really used this much. I bought it. I checked out a few of the colors and I decided to save it for this year's journaling, because with NaNoWriMo and prepping for NaNoWriMo and everything, I really wasn't doing as much art journaling as I do normally. So now at the beginning of the year, I will be back to art journaling on a regular basis and doing my Fobonichi and doing the Hobonichi and smash journaling and things like that. So that's what I'm doing for 2016. I hope that helps. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.